All right, welcome back to Problem Solver Politics. I am your host, Cardin Ellis, with Cody the Oracle.
Hey, everyone.
Now, today, we have got the deepest of philosophical questions that needs to be, dare I say, must be tackled. But who has the best campaign merch? Now, okay, this is a little bit humorous of a topic, but at the same time, it's an important topic.
That's how you raise money, one way.
You got to raise money, but also I am a firm believer that the person that captures the zeitgeist of the moment is the person that wins. And there's nothing more that defines the zeitgeist of a generation, of a movement, of a candidate than oftentimes the merch that you wear. All of us identify with a certain piece of clothing from our formative years. In the 60s with the hippies, it was bell bottoms. In the 70s and the early 80s with my dad, it was short shorts and salmon polo shirts. You know what I'm saying? Like, every generation has its merch, and the people that can pump out good merch generally go the farthest because it just shows that they are, quote, in tune with the people as manifest through the product. So, Cody, really fast, without being overly philosophical about merch here, let's jump in and let's see who's got the best merch in 2020.
Yes. I thought it'd be fun. What kind of spurred this was, I guess I'll show it first right now. We're going to start with Andrew Yang. And you'll notice a couple things. One thing I will say, from going through all of these merch pages, you guys will see it yourselves as well. The beer koozie I thought was kind of fun and novel for Yang. That's just standard. Everyone's got the beer koozie. So if anyone thought that was fun, like myself, and thought, oh, what a cool thing he's doing, everyone does it. But here's the funny thing. Oh, apologies. This is the one I got a kick out of. So you can own one of the exclusive 500 Andrew Yang's famous no-tie summer look. Now, what you actually receive is you receive one of 500 official certificates of authenticity verifying purchase and ownership of the Andrew Yang no-tie look. You will not be receiving a tie, to be clear. Again, like you're saying, it's basically just a meme. It's literally a meme donation. You can give him $40 for nothing, or give him $40 for one of 500 official pieces of paper that say you own this look.
That would actually
that's
be
funny.
That would be something super awesome to just have hanging in your office, especially for casual Friday or casual Saturday like today, right?
If you're going to donate $50 to the campaign anyway, I guess why not, right? Like, I mean, It's the same as donating $50 and just doing it normally, except you'll get a funny little thing and you can, hey, you know what, 20 years later, say, I remember when I did this. I don't know. I honestly like the idea of funny little limited edition, get them quick, cheesy memento things, because they're honestly like, hey, only 500 of them exist. Having one, I think, would be cool.
Okay, I didn't know those were called koozies. Who's next? What's next?
And the last thing I want to highlight through Andrew Yang, is the longer than long shot glasses. That's funny. I like it. I believe he announced this a couple days ago. It's relatively new. So that's from the summer collection. He has more on his page, by the way. If you keep going
longer
down,
than long shot.
Multiple different. We'll go through the math collection real quick. A lot of you guys know this.
Go down to that picture with the guy with the beard. That was epic.
I clicked on it, and that's where we're at right now.
Oh man, that was a cool pick.
And then here is the classic math hat, of course, which probably is the standout piece of merchandise from the Yang campaign. So taking a tour through Andrew Yang's products, that's kind of the standouts are also, hold on one second, there's some funny Yang Gang stuff too, stickers and animated shirts.
Well, who's the
and
competition?
The dog collar. Hold on, the dog collar I wanted to highlight. That's a funny one. So anyway, that's the Andrew Yang store. If you want, I'll have all the links to all the stores in the description. That's one of them. Next, we're going to move on to Mr. Pete Buttigieg.
Yeah, let's see what Mayor Pete's got.
Yeah, and the suspense is killing me as well, man.
How is he
apparently his
monetizing
website
product?
Does not auto refresh and just crashes instead. Anyway,
does he even need to sell merch because he's got like 27,
all the
30
corporate
million?
donors? Keeping up appearances. He has to pretend it's not all corporate donors. I also sell merch.
That logo looks like a beer logo from South America, a la 1975. I'm pretty sure I saw that.
With the color scheme?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys have to look up a beer brand from South America, called Quilmes. They sponsor a soccer team called La Boca. That's the exact same color scheme. All the Argentines are going crazy right now, thinking Pete Buttigieg is a Maradona fan. Anyway, keep going.
I think the boot edge hat and glass, that's kind of funny, right?
That's funny.
Boot edge. And then the standout one I thought was just kind of humorous.
Now, those were definitely designed by Chasten's friends.
I think that's a kind of a a piece of merch. Bring in your spouse,
peach,
you know?
The light peach shirt.
I think
with
it's more like an, God, I don't know. I think it's a shade of white, I think. But
that's
I think
not a high
funny.
school kid's screen print shot. Now, what's this third one? Chasen for first. Chasden.
Yeah, his husband. That's what I think is funny. Like the idea of bringing the spouse in.
it.
I think spouse merch is neat. I think for some people, for example, I have no idea what Andrew Yang's wife's name is. I have no idea what she looks like. That seems to be not intentional, but obviously it's like I'm running and my wife isn't. Leave her out.
That's
of it.
a shirt
It's
that
my
an
family.
elitist. That's a shirt that an elitist wears to a party just to see who recognizes the joke.
that they're a Buttigieg fan.
And then to see if they're.
Okay. Yeah, maybe.
That's like a secret calling card shirt. All right.
Oh, sorry about that.
So who else is? What other competition we got, Cody?
So anyway, one last thing. I just want to do one last little run through. Just give everyone a look, right? This is exactly.
Okay, that's fair.
I think merch is. Oh, sorry, I forgot. You know what? I'm gonna say I do not like this website, Pete for America. Too bad. It just crashes on me all the time. Anyway, moving on. Next is Julián Castro. Remember, he actually, in the recent ruling on one of the NBC polls, he's now one poll away from being at the next debate as well. So maybe seeing more of Julián Castro. Adios Trump seems to be what he's selling on his merch. You know, that's his math logo. His is the Adios Trump. Boot edge for Buttigieg. We see this. Hey y'all, that's an interesting one. Honestly, aesthetically, I like the way it looks. If I was a fan, I might buy one for $12. I don't think it's a bad looking mug. Here's the Obama.
Julián 2020 looks like awesome old school propaganda.
Yeah. No, this looks like an old school 50s, parade button. But
that's like the I like though? Ike old pins they used to have.
Boring though, right?
And Adios Trump reminds me actually of the original movie posters from the Dr. Caligari movie. What was that? The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, the first horror film.
Yeah.
And my only real beef with this is, look, this is really cool. Generally more avant-garde, edgy, but slightly more traditional merch for a candidate. I got to tell you though, we said this on the live stream. The Adios Trump thing bothers me because it looks like it's just going to be a straight up, like Nixon said, when there is a movement against X, bet on X. If your campaign merch is dependent upon Trump, it shows that you are dependent upon Trump, which inherently means that your candidacy is lesser, and subconsciously it demotes you in people's minds. Okay. You got to focus on yourself, man. You got to focus on yourself.
Okay. Well, another way, if he wins, Trump gets knocked out of office. Another way of looking at it. So yeah, saying I will win and he'll be knocked out of office.
Okay.
Just that's kind of how I see it.
That's like a super PAC shirt to me.
Here's somebody who I thought had an interesting store. I've got to be honest, I'm not supporting this guy for president at all, but his store is kind of funny to me. It's John Delaney. John Delaney, first of all, like I said, the beer koozie thing, I thought it was cute at first. Everyone has one. But the $2 bottle opener, to be frank, I do kind of like.
You just like it because it's $2.
Not because it's $2. Because you know what, dude? You know what I use my key ring about third most behind my car key and my house key is my bottle opener. Just because it's always on me. If everyone needs to open a bottle, I have a key thing. That's, I think, a funny piece of merch to sell.
Well, by the way,
sports bottle,
if there's any proof,
this is big. I like. I would actually purchase this if I supported a candidate.
If there's any proof that our Congress is full of drunks, it's the fact that every single merch site had a beer koozie, a bottle opener, and all kinds of alcoholic merchandise.
We're going to get to where I think that orients from in a little bit here. But if you were
they're going to start having their own Xanax bottles here. So when they get their prescriptions,
they have like the pill organizer. It has like Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, when you have to take a bunch. Anyway,
go to the top. Wait, go to the top though of this one because I think it's pretty funny. What's his beer koozie say? It says vote, chill, and vote. That is so a Democrat beer koozie. Why? Because you voted, you went home, you hung out, and you drunk beer, and then you showed up and you voted again. That is so 100% an absolute Democrat beer koozie because they're doing it.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure John Delaney voters are the kind of people that are nefariously thinking, how can I rig the vote?
No, but his pals over the DNC are.
Yeah, his pals. DNC loves John Delaney. I remember... Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it was John Delaney that was basically booed off the stage at a California Democratic meeting when he suggested that the party shouldn't go socialist. So that's what I hear about John Delaney. Again, I don't know why I brought it up with him. I like the ring stand, golf balls. Like I said, you want to say who's the Republican running on the Democratic ticket? Maybe it's the guy selling the golf balls. Anyway,
actually, I was going to say this definitely does seem like much more traditional 80s and 90s merch here. Not to say it's outdated. It's actually kind of cool stuff.
The eraser, dude. The eraser. Like, what? That's why I get to like the what? It's $1. I'm not making money off it. But it's like, why? And then the power hitter ball cap. Get shade. Don't throw it. Okay. Any John Delaney fans out there? That is.
Well, did you see how it was priced at $20.20?
I did.
Anybody else catch that? All right.
Oh my God. Oh wow. Yeah, John Delaney is the boomer Republican running for president on the Democratic side. Now, here's one that I think has some interesting stuff. Moving on, and that would be Mr. Bernie Sanders. Obviously, his campaign should be no stranger to kind of grassroots merch. Is a great way to get money from grassroots campaigns because people, aren't. It's harder to park with $50 for nothing when you don't have it than it is like, I'll get a couple shirts, right? Or at least wear them. So Bernie's been doing this for a while. His stuff, you look, is pretty. The beer koozie as well. It's actually a good one. If I liked Bernie, I would buy that. I will say Medicare for All stuff is cool. Taking a campaign slogan and making like a legit campaign slogan. A "This is why you should vote for me" campaign slogan on your merch. That is good. It makes sense when it's distributed.
And only a socialist could have underneath an $8 button professing a need for Medicare for all.
It's a car magnet.
Yeah, the car magnet professing Medicare for all. The book that made him a 1%er. The book that made him millions and kicked him out of the Poor People Club. Only a socialist can sell rich man's merch on a site underneath a Medicare for all button. Actually, I would pay Bernie Sanders for, as much as I absolutely disagree with socialism in almost every permutation of its form. I would pay if there was a $50 item on the Bernie Sanders website for merch where he would record your voicemail and send it to you in an MP4. If he could be like, "You have reached the voicemail of Cardin Ellis. He's a filthy 10%er and leave a message." If you could just...
$50. There's actually a website that does that. And trust me, man, it won't be $50 for Bernie Sanders. It'd be a lot of money to get Bernie Sanders to call you.
That's pretty awesome. So anyway,
I believe it's called Cameo. Legitimately, you can go on Cameo, pay money to have certain personalities of note call you, or make like a video on their phone. Hey, happy birthday, it's me, and send you a video.
Well, here's the most important part. What about Trump's merch? I mean, he is going to be the nominee. So how are these Democrats stacking up against the Trump merch? Before
we get to Trump, we have a couple more to get to real quick.
Oh, well, let's hurry. Let's burn through them. Oh, Kamala. What's it going to have? Photocopies of all the people she put in prison?
Kamala and Bernie. Those are you running. So
mugshots of all the men that are still rotting in jail because of what she did?
Yeah, I don't know. I think "For the People" is a funny slogan for Kamala Harris. Like, really, for the people, Kamala? You're more for the people than other candidates running against you. Like, you could all necessarily be for the people, but like using it as your slogan, I don't know. That's a funny one to me. Again, though, I believe those are featured products. There really isn't a whole lot I've seen on here that like the hat's not a bad hat, but like nothing stands out. There's no that's funny, that's cute, or I would actually buy that. Maybe
this looks like a startup website.
Debate watch party kits. Sorry, nothing here.
Lame.
Ouch. Sorry, Kamala, that is not a good look. What if I was a supporter? Oh, I could buy a watch party kit for the debates? Sorry.
Let's move on.
Let's move on. I want to check that. Last thing I want to check was gear and see what other buttons, bags, no beer. Here's the beer koozie. It's about the same amount of beer koozie for Kamala. There's a beer koozie. So there we go. That's Kamala Harris, guys. Moving on to the next front runner, Joe Biden. I have to admit, I actually like Joe Biden's look.
Okay.
It looks a little bit kind of like just generic off the shelf H&M stuff, but you know what? I would buy that mug.
He's a pricey merch. Look, he doesn't have anything less than $27 on there.
Why do you think he's front runner making a bunch of money, man?
Now that is a 70s ringer tank top.
Give stuff away. The Philadelphia Bell, that's interesting. Totes for Joe. Liberty Bell of Philadelphia, America. I'm done talking about geography. Anyway, real quick going through again. Hold on, no beer koozie. Interesting. Joe Biden left out. Even Kamala Harris had a beer koozie. Joe, might as well get one. Everyone has one.
I like the totes for Joe.
But
that's funny.
Here's what we wanted to point out, and again, I kind of brought up. That's why I was referencing that. We'll go over to Donald Trump one. Donald Trump obviously has no issue raising money.
The straws!
The straws are a dig. He used a dig. But this is one thing I want to highlight really quick. You go through and you notice, you get past the straws and you get, more beer koozies. And you get the red cups. You notice beach towels, more beer koozies.
He's the only guy that has a good-looking dude with a Trump pent shirt and then hot chicks in bikinis.
They do have but here's the thing I want to point out more. If you notice some of this stuff, you look at it. Right now, they're trying to raise money. Like, their summer collection, what is it? It's stuff people will use in the summer. People will buy a towel and bring it to the beach. People will buy those cups and use them at a barbecue. The other candidates, their summer line was like, okay, it was T-shirts instead of jackets. But the way Trump's campaign seemed to fully embrace the idea of, like, let's give people stuff they'll buy for summer anyway with our logos on it. And then really, I mean, dude, this is like the classic, almost like drop ship thing where you just buy stuff, take some pictures real quick, throw it up online, advertise it, and it's gone. And, like, there's a reason why, and that's the reason why I brought it up, though. We went through all this stuff. There's kind of one thing I want to take one last little point at, last little look. This, I believe, is one of the as of 7:15. So as of last reporting, we're going to go through who's raised the most money after looking at everyone's merch. Who's raised the most? Obviously, for some candidates, very little of it's from merch, but still, where's the money coming? You'll notice that Bernie Sanders is having no problem raising money. And neither is Pete Buttigieg and Joe Biden. With the outlier here, Biden, Sanders are like top 3. Buttigieg is like 5th or 6th. And he's raising big time money, a lot of it from corporate donors. So worth noting. Next coming up, you'll notice Kamala Harris. And then, you know what? Maybe John Delaney is pushing merch. $8 million. I doubt it's from merch. But still, $8 million from Delaney. You know, look, we have Cory Booker, Amy Klobuchar. You look, Andrew Yang. This is the thing that's fascinating. Here's 1, 2, 3... 4 people he consistently pulls above that are raising less money than some.
Well, because they're establishment folks, so they easily have connections with the super PACs. Though.
But yeah, you're right. And then you look, how about this, man? This is rough. Eric Swalwell dropped out of the race already, and he raised more money in the second quarter than Tulsi Gabbard and Marianne Williamson. I guess Marianne's spending a lot of her own money, I believe, as well, similar to Trump. Just being very internally wealthy helps you with that. I just thought that was hilarious. I mean, anyone who's below Swalwell, Gillibrand, like, this guy dropped out already, and he raised less money than you. I mean, he barely raised less than Andrew Yang in the second quarter. So I just thought it was interesting. So we went through the merch. We saw what they're actually selling, what they're actually giving to people. I thought it would be cool to highlight who's actually making money. And then, by the way, Trump's made more money than like the top 3 combined on the Democrats. He's making a bunch. So,
well, also, I was looking at some of his merch, and it definitely seems a lot more family-oriented. I got to say, I've gone camping twice this summer with family and whatnot, and that looks like something you would see, you know, a couple of families in some of these campgrounds having, like a beach towel that says Trump Pence.
Stuff people use in the summer.
The keychain for your keys, or else even the swimsuits. You'd see some brave soul from the Midwest wearing that. That'd be pretty awesome.
There's entire states that voted for Trump. So, you know, there's places where I'm sure a lot of people have them.
Yeah. So anyway, what was your kind of takeaway from all this? Who do you think was the best?
Best merch? It's really tough to say. Honestly, like, I thought here's the 2 way of looking at it. The one who did the best job of having weird, goofy things that I might impulse buy on their website was John Delaney. Yeah, those are the most just weird, like, you know what? Maybe that's kind of goofy.
I was thinking the same thing. Like, I might get some golf balls for my dad or something like that.
Yeah. Despite looking kind of generic, like I said, I don't hate the Joe Biden look aesthetically. Just the 3 aviators stacked on top of each other on the red, white, and blue.
I like the shot glass for Yang, though. I thought the shot glass for Yang was pretty cool, and the no necktie certificate. I'd go for that.
Yeah, it's in the dog. I mean, I own a math hat, so I guess I'll leave it there. I own a math hat. I personally bought one, so yes, I personally like the Andrew Yang store because I like him better as a candidate. But just that aside, yeah, I thought, like I said, Delaney had a good mixture of just weird stuff you might buy, and then at the same time, there's some funny stuff on, not funny, but Joe Biden's look, I didn't think was too bad. The aviators in red, white, and blue. It's, like I said, a little bit what you just find on the shelf at H&M, but nothing too bad.
All right, awesome. So anyway, guys, please let us know what you think. What's the best merch, or what are some merch suggestions? I know we're making hats. Who knows? Maybe we should have some merch suggestions. If you guys got any cool merchandise suggestions, hey, for us, let us know. Let us know also what was your favorite, because we actually really do believe that there's small measurable quantifiers, such as merchandise purchase, that can be really good indicators of future electoral success. So we want to know what you guys think. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe below. If you guys want to donate to this to the show, please check us out at problemsolverpolitics.com. We'll put a link in the description how you can donate via PayPal. We guys see you. That was horrible. We'll see you guys in the next video. This is Problem Solver Politics.